Hi everyone. So I thought we'd read about Mr. Andrew Cuomo. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Looks like he got himself into a little bit of trouble. And some of the ladies are not very happy. So I thought we would check into that situation and see what the cards have to say about it. See what if the ladies what they're saying is true. We're also going to ask how he really feels. Does he feel like he really did nothing wrong? And then what happened and what went on. We'll ask for a card to represent it, and we'll see what we got. All right. So I've got like a Anna Ruch, Ruch, Charlotte Bennett, and Lindsay Boylan card, and we're just going to pull for each of them and see what we get. All right, I know you guys like to watch me shuffle, so you've watched me do that. You can watch me lay out the cards. Hopefully you can see everything. It looks like you will be able to. If you have not watched me read before, then you might want to watch some of my earlier videos and just so you understand it really is a little different than a lot of tarot card readers, but the more tarot card readers I meet, the more that say they also read kind of the energetically way that I do. So I'm not the only one. There are others out there like me, and it's just a different way of reading. It all works. I say go with what works for you, right? That's what's important. All right, so I'm just going to spread these out a little bit because, as you know, if you've watched my videos, the cards I get tend to be in this area right here. Make sure my volume is up so you can hear me. Yeah, it looks okay. All right, I'm just going to focus on the first question, and the first person will be Anna. And we're going to ask about what she's saying and tell us about the truth in that situation. So let's go ahead and focus on Anna and Andrew and what she's saying. So let's go ahead and look here for Anna. Well, what is she saying is true? And I've got cards already right here. The way I know I've got cards is I feel heat, kind of an electric field, kind of a magnetic field. And then I pull them out and I just run my hand over them and I get a card that feels very warm, which this one is. So then I pull it out and that is the Two of Wands describing how Miss Anna is what she's saying is true. Now, the Two of Wands is a card about actively planning, looking out into your world and making plans. And that tells me, it's the person's got the red, they're wearing red, got red on their hat, red on their outfit. They are sitting there thinking, but nothing has happened yet. They have not moved forward. They're just thinking about what happened. Um, with Anna, as is this what she's saying is true? Kind of makes me feel that in some way Anna has sort of a plan in all this. I'm not saying it's not true because it very well may be, but I think she's got some motives for what she's saying as well, which is interesting. Not what I would have seen before that. Um, let's read a little bit more and see what else we get. So we've got Charlotte Bennett. Let's see about her and if what she's saying is true. So let me just focus on Charlotte. Let's see a card that represents her opinion of the situation and how she feels. All right, we're in here again. Let's get these out. Take a look. Oh yeah, we got one right here, the very first card. All right, with Charlotte, we've got the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is a very much a very active king. He can be a king that represents a king driven by his sexual desire. So with Miss Charlotte, I'm going to say definitely those things happened, and this is the way he presented himself to her. So yeah, it looks like for sure, even in some cards in some decks, if you see the King of Wands, they'll actually have masturbating. I don't buy those decks because I think trying to sexualize tarot is not I don't know. There's enough stuff out there. We don't need help. There's cards like that, and that just says it all. Um, Lindsay Boylan. He actually said he kissed her at one point. So let's see about her and her feelings about it, what she's saying being true. So let me focus on Lindsay for a second. All right, let's see how Lindsay feels. Okay, so right in here. All right, we've got this one for Lindsay. Yeah, that's the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is a slower moving knight. He's Mr. Stable, and I would say Mr. Cuomo presented himself, Governor Cuomo, as somebody that could provide stability, and I'm not sure what else he told her, but this was what he was representing to her. There were a few that I think it was the Charlotte one that he was asking, do you like older men and things like that? And this is the way I would say he presented himself um, to her as somebody who could provide stability and be stable and somebody she could rely on. So I do feel like he kind of presented himself as somebody these girls could rely on. Going back to this Two of Wands, now that I've seen the theme that I've got with these other two, this is probably representing him as well as somebody that could possibly show her the world, possibly take her on trips, possibly make plans, be that person that is thinking of adventure. That's kind of where I'm at with that now that I've seen the theme that's presented itself here. So yeah, it definitely looks like that's who he was presenting himself as. The guy, the guy that can provide adventure, the guy that can provide a lot of sex, the guy that can provide stability. Um, but we're also going to ask how he feels, and does he feel like he really did nothing wrong? Because I'm just going to say, don't get mad at me for saying this, men of that generation, um, they do things like that a lot. A lot. And in their generation, I don't know how old he is. I want to put him at like 60 something, late 50s. That was very, very common, that kind of behavior. And I'm not making excuses for it. But I truly can say many of those men probably thought they were doing nothing wrong because that is the way they acted all the time. So that he got called out on it by younger women who are saying, we're not used to this. Um, yeah, yeah. Let's see where he is. Okay, so let's see where he is with Anna and how he feels about the situation. Does he feel, and we're going to ask, that he did nothing wrong? Can give us a more so I'll ask for a description of the way he feels about his involvement with Anna, and we'll see. I don't think you can see me picking cards. Maybe you can't. Let me move it down like that. You'll be able to see better. Okay, so Andrew and his involvement with Anna. How does he feel? Okay, so we've got cards right in here. How does he feel about that? Does he feel that he did something wrong? Okay, we actually have two cards in this situation. These two right here. So we'll read them together. All right, so first one is Wheel of Fortune. That is kind of a turning of events, a turning of, in this case, possibly opinion. The wheel, what comes up must go down, and what goes down must come up. And I think he feels like he was very high up for a while there. He was, everybody was looking up to him, and angry at him too. Some people were angry at him. Put this a little bit up so I don't have to lean down so much. During COVID, um, but a lot of people praised him, and a lot of people put him on a pedestal, like this little sphinx we have up here with the sword representing thoughts. They thought he was handling it very well, and he was put high up and respected for that. Now, there were other people who were angry at him. We know that as well. But overall, many people thought he did a good job. What he thinks from this card is what I'm seeing is what goes up must come down. And that is a common theme. People like to build people up and then they love to tear them down. I think that's what he thinks is happening. And I say that because here's the strength card too. He was feeling very strong at that point. A lot of people were looking up to him. And then we've got this woman taming that strength and taking that strength from the lion. And now she's the one that's the powerful one and standing above the lion, which in this card I believe represents Cuomo. So in his mind, I think that's what he thinks is going on. The what comes up must go down, and that he's being kind of torn down, and his strength is being taken from him. It makes sense that he would feel that way. Okay, let's see how he feels about his conduct and if he did anything wrong or how he feels about his conduct with the Charlotte Bennett. So let me focus on her for a second. Is it Charlotte? Yeah, Charlotte Bennett. Okay. How he feels about his conduct towards her. And I'm getting cards right here in the very front. So let us see how he feels about the Charlotte situation. Yeah, we've got this card right here. Don't have to go far on that one. All right, that's the Ace of Pentacles. I think with Charlotte, he feels that that she is interested in gaining financially. Pentacles is a financial card. It's a stability card. It's a new start, new stability, um, new finances, new walking down that path and kind of putting yourself in a good situation. And unfortunately, it looks like that's kind of what he may feel she's interested in is benefiting from this situation, benefiting possibly financially from it. Okay, we've got one more, which is Lindsay Boylan. I'm not seeing a lot of much regret or anything like that here. Let's see how he feels about Lindsay Boylan and his contact with her and the way he conducted himself. Let me just focus on her for a second. Okay, let's see how he feels about Lindsay. Okay, right here in the front, we've got more cards. Alrighty. All right. How does Cuomo feel towards Lindsay? That's this one right here. Okay. All right. With Lindsay, he feels that there's a lot he's got to work through with this one. He actually kissed her, it looks like, or she's saying he kissed her. Uh, she's putting a lot of burden on him, is the way he feels. I think he feels kind of unfairly, and I don't know what their situation was, but he feels like with this one, there's going to be a lot to work through, and I think his face is kind of hidden in these sticks. I almost feel like if there is any sort of regret or a little bit of shameful feelings, it might be with this one. And that might be what he was trying to offer her, which remember we had the Knight of Pentacles, Mr. Stability, I'll take care of you type situation. Looks like this is the one that maybe he knows there's more issues there is what I'm seeing than the maybe than he feels with the others. That's interesting. Very interesting. All right, so now we're going to ask, give us a card to represent what really happened. And that's going to be a difficult card because the girl says one thing, the guy says the other, but we just want kind of what happened. You know, if I get a Two of Cups, I'd say that was a friendly kind of, maybe things weren't really meant that way. Um, we pop in the devil or some other card like that, you know, the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords. We might be looking at something that wasn't so good. So let's just, as kind of neutral people looking at the situation, let's ask for a card representing what really happened with Miss Anna. What happened? Card representing what happened between them. And I think she was the one they met at a wedding, and she said he asked if he could kiss her and put his hand on her back. I mean, we all have to figure out, is that totally inappropriate? Okay, so what happened between them? What really happened? Okay, we've got this card here. So that is the star. I think he was very taken by her. He thought she was beautiful, and he just put her kind of up on a pedestal and was very attracted to her and saw her as kind of a star, something that was beautiful and attractive, and that he wanted to be around and be with. You know, he very much admired her, is what I would say. Um, make of it what you will, whether that is wrong or right. You know, the star is naked here, so I think very much he was attracted to her body, very much saw her as a beautiful woman, and very much responded to her as such. For her, it was way too much. For him, it was probably normal every day. This is the way I respond to a beautiful woman. You make what you will of that one. All right. Um, Charlotte Bennett. Let's ask for some truth in that situation. What really happened with that? Okay, Charlotte Bennett. All right, got Charlotte Bennett in here. What really happened in that situation? All right, we've got a card over here. Um, all right, that's the Two of Pentacles. So I think with Charlotte Bennett, there are two ways to go here. There's two stories in this situation, hers and his. You do see the waves in the background are a little tumultuous. Is that the word? There looks like the seas are kind of rough back there. So, but the guy's standing on firm ground, and he is kind of deciding. It again with her. Asked her if she'd like to sleep with older men, and she was a former aide. It sounds like he was flirting with her pretty regularly. But from what the cards are saying, it's in the interpretation, is what I'm seeing, and there are two sides to that story. Um, take that for what you will. I don't know. We're looking at with this one. What I'm seeing is we're looking at one side of the story. The Two of Pentacles. He's very focused on this right here. And we've got the waves, but there is another side to the story, which I'm seeing up here, which isn't being focused on right now. Um, and the card we got earlier is the Ace of Pentacles, where he thinks somehow she's trying to benefit from this. Who knows? Um, but I think he believes, and what people are seeing is very much one side of the story, and that you've got the colorful Two of Pentacles, and you've got the colorful ship, and you've got him focusing on all this colorful stuff over here, and the colorful ship on that side. But this kind of pentacle is just sitting there being ignored right now, but it's very much there. So I think there's just something else there as well that has not maybe come out. And I just feel like that two sides of the story stuff. So, yeah, that's interesting. Sometimes people conduct themselves in a way that they don't realize um, the way other people are going to take that. So, in her mind, she may not have even realized the way she was conducting herself might have been a part of that story as well. We'll see. You know, the future will tell. All right, so now we're going to ask about what happened with this Lindsay Boylan. Lindsay Boylan. So let me just focus on that for a second before I read. Okay, Lindsay. All right, so we've got some cards right in here. Running out of room, so good, this reading's almost over. Yeah, we've got this card right here. Okay, all right, so I think with Lindsay, there's quite a few secrets here. There's things that haven't come out in this situation, and this seemed to be the one he was the most worried about, from what I could see with this Ten of Wands as well. I'm not sure what went on between those two. She said he kissed her. Maybe something more even happened. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely see secrets going on here, things that have not been um, let out yet. I kind of think, I wonder if he might have been sleeping with her. I don't know. That's just one of the things I'm wondering about. I see a lot of wands here, and then you see these like are they pomegranates in the shape of them? I don't know. You guys make up your own minds on that one. Sometimes certain imagery in the cards jump out at me. I'll just leave it that there. Yeah, I think maybe she has not told everything, and I think he kind of is hoping she doesn't, and is kind of hiding his face and just hoping she doesn't. We do have the Knight of Pentacles, so maybe he was kind of being the Knight of Pentacles towards her, being the Mr. I'll take care of you. I think there was more going on here than what even we know right now. That's what it looks like. I'm not saying they were sleeping together. I'm just saying the cards allude to definitely some potential sexual interaction between the two. Could have just been in his mind, and that's what he really, really wanted. But I feel like with this one, more than anything, there's still a lot hidden. Still a lot to know, and maybe we never will. Very drawn to the black side of this. It's okay. I'm just going to throw this out there too because of the sexual stuff coming out. And notice in the cards, we do have the letters BJ. Make of it what you will, but these things are jumping out to me. Um, and I think there's a reason they're jumping out to me. So just leave that one there. We'll see what comes out with Lindsay. Maybe a little bit more comes out. I think she's the one he's really worried about, and looks possibly for good reason. Okay, well, that's what the cards have to say. Make of it what you will. Bye bye.